Ja, es war vor allem eines der forderndsten 24-Stunden-Rennen und emotional natürlich auch dadurch, dass wir halt leider am Anfang des Rennens gleich einen schweren Unfall hatten, der dann für den jungen dänischen Rennfahrer tödlich, also fatal geendet hat, was natürlich die gesamte Mannschaft auch belastet hat. Das Rennen selbst hat uns 24 Stunden lang absolut gefordert. Durch die permanent wechselnden Witterungsbedingungen war es unheimlich schwierig, einerseits für die Fahrer, sich permanent auf die unterschiedlichen Streckenbedingungen einzustellen, und auch für die Mannschaft war es unheimlich fordernd, immer die ganz kurzfristigen neuen Entscheidungen umzusetzen. Und für uns alle, die versucht haben, die richtigen Entscheidungen zu treffen, gab es ganz einfach keine Minute des Ruhigbleibens, weil es immer wieder neue Anforderungen gab. Für mich persönlich das forderndste 24-Stunden-Rennen, das ich in den 15 Jahren erlebt habe. Ich bin sehr, sehr stolz auf das Team. Das klingt jetzt vielleicht platt, aber es ist wirklich so, dass diese Mannschaft auch in dieser extrem schwierigen Situation bewiesen hat, wie unheimlich stark sie ist, und ich bin stolz, ein Teil davon zu sein. First, I mean, it was the 19th anniversary of Le Mans, which is already something really special. Yeah, and unfortunately this well started with an accident that was for sure hard for all of us, seeing that one of the young drivers here, one Danish young driver, had an accident that at the end was fatal for him. And everybody was a little bit under shock when this came to us. The race itself was dominated by changing weather conditions and the difficult task for the drivers, for the team, and for all the management people to follow these permanently changing weather conditions and make something good out of it, with all the risk that comes out if things are changing that quickly. I'm really proud on my team because they really did an incredible, perfect job. And I know how difficult it was today. So I only can say I'm really proud that I'm a part of this team.
For sure you have different things and mixed emotion at that time, but I think the support of my team, I think the support of having known Alan, it's a privilege, and a combination, because I went into this race, I wanted really to race for my dad, because he passed away this year. But if I just imagine myself sitting down, having a little Danish beer with Alan and my dad, then we would both agree that I should try to win this race with Audi for Alan. And this is what we did. So you don't call that a happy ending.
It was tremendously difficult in so many ways, from the racing point of view, with the way the weather was, with the competition, with the way it turned out at the end with the heavy rain showers. Then just you were on the edge all the way through. You couldn't afford to make the slightest of errors, and it was so easy to do that. But the car was so sure-footed. I'm quite glad we had quattro, to be honest with you. But now it's just relief. It's happiness, it's relief, but it's tinged with a little bit of sadness with the passing of a fellow competitor. And he's another driver's like your brother. But right now, Audi has had another victory, and it's proved itself once again in the world's hardest race. The e-tron quattros won 2 on the trot, and we go into the rest of the World Championship as leaders, and I cannot be happier with the way that it's working out with Loic, Tom and I. It's a fantastic little trio, and so there's a big smile on my face, and there'll be a big celebration tonight.
huge thanks to all the fans. Your dedication is amazing. My first time.
Et monsieur Locke, si vous pouvez vous retirer pour qu'on puisse avoir.
Oui, mais pour l'instant, ils sont pas. Après, tu appuieras sur.
Technique, hein. On est aux empreintes là.
Pas trop. Loïc, appuie ton. Thank you. Okay, one for me. Appuie ça là.
Je suis au max là.
C'est bon, t'es bon. Into the camera, please. Yeah. Appuyez bien, les gars. Merci, bien.
Avec vous, l'Arsenal. Félicitations à vous, merci public également pour votre... Écoutez les caméras car André Lautereur est rattrapé par Nicolas Lapierre. Toutes les voitures ne sont pas encore
drivers to wish the race well, to wish them happy birthday.
donc écoutez bien, listen please, et nous allons édition 82e anniversaire entre les deux, c'est très serré, elles arrivent dans la chicane, fort dans Attention, cette opération qui consiste à être perdue par 21h45, c'est à cette heure-ci.
La boîte de vitesse, me semble-t-il, c'est évidemment pas une manœuvre qui se réalise en 2 minutes, vous l'avez compris. On a un treuil à l'arrière de la voiture, on travaille vraiment sur la voiture et j'ai cru voir l'équipe dévissée, c'est de la laisser repartir d'ici quelques instants.
L'état en fait de la carrosserie. Voilà, on va retirer la très bonne, utilise ses repères drapeau jaune Nissan, drapeau jaune Nissan. Allez, voiture avant Nissan.
car number 3 had a contact with another prototype just in front of the Dunlop chicane. And during this accident, a tire valve broke, and as well some bodywork parts have been broken. The tire valve, the broken one, caused that he had to lump back on 3 wheels the whole lap to the pits and lost a lot of time. And at the next safety car period we used to repair the bodywork damage. Yeah, this was really a pity because the car was leading with more than 2.5 minutes. Unfortunately, the alternator broke and we had to change it.
Well, it was good, but you know, it's tough. But since the beginning of the race, you have some drizzle. You know, it's raining and it's dry. When you are leading the race, it's difficult, you know, because you don't want to do any mistakes, and you have a lot to lose. When you are second, you have nothing to lose, so you push for it. So it's difficult to find the rhythm. You know, sometimes you are the quickest. When it's completely dry, basically we are the quickest. But then when it rains, I try to be careful, so you are slower. But you have definitely to accept that, you know, it's part of it. So it's difficult. Mentally, it's very tough 24 hours.
Secteur 2 ne confirme pas pour l'instant.
As a driver, it's always nice to do a pole position. Even it's here in Le Mans, it's not the most important for sure. It's Sunday, which is count really, but it's 1 point for the championship. We never know where we can end up, and at the end, starting from the front row, you know, on the front, it's always easier.
Artoise Chloé. Bien, qui existe avec Pascal Gros, qu'on voudrait saluer à la rédaction. Continuons cette parade, de sorte à aussi ne pas vous prendre trop de temps, mais quel plaisir. Mesdames et messieurs, on vous entend. L'équipage réunit Alan McNish, Tom Christensen et le poleman 2013, le français Loïc Duval. Allez, debout, mesdames et messieurs, pour ceux qui sont à riche. Mais celui-ci, c'est pour on fait de la pole position des 24 heures du Mans 2013. C'est Loïc Duval qui l'a décroché. Bravo Loïc.
Fint.